But what impressed me most was when that fight did fall through, Ryan stepped up and went back to Devin and said, yeah, we're going to make it happen.
Did Brody end up beating Pitbull?
No, I think Pitbull wins that fight.
Eddie, why do you think?
Sorry?
So what do you think make up all these fights falling apart on the PBC side?
Yeah, I mean, it's great for us, great for DAZN, but you know, the problem is we're in a good position now where we don't just need to bring any fighter, any big name, because it's the price of that fighter. The price has got to be right for the business. You know, you get a lot of these guys. This is why people are so inactive. Look what inactivity did to Deontay Wilder, all because he wasn't prepared to take the money for an easy defense in Alabama, which he should have done. Terence Crawford should be fighting now in Omaha, even if it's against someone from the top 10. Stay relevant, keep the profile moving. Look at Anthony Joshua. You know, he took two small paydays in Jermaine Franklin and Robert Helenius. Then of course moved on to Wilding and now Ngannou. That's 4 fights in 11 months. But those guys, Wilder wouldn't have taken the money that AJ made for Franklin and Helenius, because I'm not fighting for that kind of money. So that you end up sitting out for 18 months with no rounds and then get beat by Joseph Parker. Terence Crawford fights once a year. He's the best fighter in the sport. It's crazy. So there's a method to staying active, and you get the most amount of money. But those guys, you know, it's not just a case of us going in and signing Crawford and signing Boots. Like Boots against Cody Crawley is not a fight that's going to do great numbers. But Boots is a guy that could go on and rule the division. So you just got to be smart. There's a huge amount of fighters available in the marketplace from PBC. But it's not just a case of signing all of them and then not being able to honour your obligations to them, because that was the problem before.
And why do you think Tank was willing to negotiate with you for a Conor Ben fight, but not for the Devin Haney offer?
Well, he wasn't really willing to negotiate. He asked for an offer. We gave him an offer which was $10 million plus upside on gate and pay-per-view. I think he would have made around $20 million for that fight, but he didn't want to discuss it. And the problem is with a lot of these guys, they've got people in their ear that steer them away deliberately from other things for their own interests. So Tank Davis should be taking control of his own business, his own career, and having those conversations and those meetings. If he thinks Conor Ben is an easy fight for $20 million, I mean, I don't know what he's making to fight Frank Martin, but it is also up at 147 pounds, and maybe he's not comfortable up at 147 pounds. So, you know, but I want to see Tank get active as well. All these guys should be fighting 3 times a year.
Eddie, which fight would you? Difficult question for you, if you can be honest about it. Canelo's apparently leaving PBC, should be heading over to Matchroom. It's supposedly supposed to be like Berlanga and Munguia, as opposed to Benavidez and probably maybe a Jamal Charlo. In your opinion, a lot of people are saying that Canelo's taking the easier route. Do you think that Berlanga and Munguia is the easier route?
Let me tell you something about Canelo Alvarez. The most fearless fighter I've ever met. Trust me when I say Canelo Alvarez will fight anybody, right? He will fight Benavidez. He will fight Charlo. He will fight Munguia. He will fight Berlanga. What he wants is, he wants people that come to fight. What he doesn't want people to do is to come to survive. He was really disappointed with the Charlo fight because Charlo never come to fight. He never came to try and win the fight. And the problem with a fight against a brother, commercially it doesn't work, he probably won't come and try and win the fight either. Munguia is a guy that will come with everything to win that fight. He will put it on Canelo Alvarez. He will stand and fight with him. So will Berlanga, so will Benavidez. So in my opinion, what he doesn't want to do is fight Charlo. He's not interested in fighting Crawford. Crawford's a 147 pounder that's going to move around and try and box in and out of, like, he wants to fight Munguia, Benavidez, Berlanga. He wants to fight young fighters that come to win. So from our position, there's nothing done with Matchroom with Canelo Alvarez. We talk all the time. It would be an honour to bring him back to Matchroom and DAZN. We're going to certainly try to do so. But at the moment, we're just talking. But for everybody that says, oh, he's trying to avoid, look at his resume. He's never avoided anybody. And when he fights Benavidez, which I'm sure he does, that is a huge fight. And we would be happy to talk to Benavidez and try and make that fight with Canelo Alvarez. But what he wants right now is he wants a planned schedule, because clearly he's been messed around. And he wants to get back to fighting and knowing he's fighting. Not doing one fight and then the goalpost move and then the opponents move. You know, let's get him back finishing his career as strong as possible, as what he is, the greatest fighter of our generation.
Which fight
the
most sense right away? Berlanga
Listen,
or Munguia?
the Munguia fight is a really big fight. Really big fight. It does tremendous numbers. Really, in honesty, Berlanga probably would ideally have one more to convince you guys that that is a real credible fight. But I'll tell you something about Edgar Berlanga. Mexico, Puerto Rico, he will come in the middle of the ring and he will fight Canelo Alvarez and he will give you a great fight. But I cannot deny that the Munguia fight right now, commercially, is a big fight.
Which fight